This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Alright everyone, I hope you're all doing fantastic. If you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Why not? Now, Eddie Hearn has just absolutely destroyed Deontay Wilder. And good, I'm glad that he's done it. Because he said the same thing that I've been saying for a long time. Same thing that many of you guys have been saying for a long time. Wilder fans don't like hearing this because they only want to hear positivity about Wilder. They don't want people to talk about the truth. And when you talk about the truth, you're a hater, whatever. So, of course, as we know, Deontay Wilder recently has been talking about how he wants to unify against Anthony Joshua. He still wants to fight Anthony Joshua if he beats Andy Ruiz Jr, okay? Now, what is it that I've been saying for a long time? Which is, every time Wilder talks, it's always on the back of Anthony Joshua. As Eddie Hearn said right there, and I'll put a link to it in the description box so you guys can go watch and listen to him have his interview with Sky Sports, where he says that, isn't it interesting that on the week up to Anthony Joshua taking on Andy Ruiz Jr, Deontay Wilder, oh well, I can't fight Anthony Joshua because I've just signed to fight Luis Ortiz. I've just signed to fight Tyson Fury. But yet here we are, the first week of September, and still no date and venue, okay, for Luis Ortiz, let alone Tyson Fury. So this was Deontay Wilder's way of avoiding the fight. So anyway, that's what Eddie Hearn said. That isn't it interesting that he was mentioning Anthony Joshua's name here, there and everywhere, and when there was another possibility that maybe Anthony Joshua was going to defeat Andy Ruiz Jr. and then Joshua was going to call out Wilder in his own country, oh well, I can't, I've got to fight. Okay. Then what happens? He's been quiet ever since that moment, hasn't he? Of course, Anthony Joshua lost. He's been quiet. He hasn't said boo to a goose. Okay? And suddenly now, it's media week for Anthony Joshua. As we know today, he's going to be having the press conference with Saudi Arabia, or in about half hour of me recording this video. Tomorrow he's in New York, and then the next day he's going to be in London. Suddenly now, Deontay Wilder, yeah, I want to fight Joshua. And as Eddie Hearn said in this interview, he's just using Anthony Joshua's name to keep himself relevant, as he has done ever since Anthony Joshua won the world title. He's been using Joshua's name as hype, to hype up himself, because people weren't talking about Wilder beforehand. People are looking at Wilder like, you have an absolute joke of a career. Your resume is trash. You haven't stepped up. There's so many top fighters out there that you have avoided. Oh, I want to fight Joshua. I want to do this. I want to unify, one face, one name. All that kind of thing. And then when he gets offered fights with Anthony Joshua, he's not interested, is he? Nah, you're all right. Nah, it's not enough money. 100 million is not enough money. Well, I did accept a deal. Okay, you accepted a deal, you get the contract, you didn't sign it. So it's not really accepting the deal, is it? So there's so many different things. We ain't going to cover all ground, but as Eddie Hearn says that in that interview, that he's only using Joshua's name for his own benefit, but he's got no interest in fighting him whatsoever. Where was his same energy when Joshua had the belts? Suddenly now you want to fight him. No, you don't. You want to fight him, or you want to say you want to fight him because there's going to be a lot of media around Anthony Joshua this week. Of course it is. But as I said, Wilder fans won't accept that. But listen, it is what it is. We all know, anybody who has any kind of sense of anything, common sense even, knows fine well that Deontay Wilder has been ducking Anthony Joshua. Just much like he's been ducking Dillian Whyte. Much like he ducked both Klitschko's. Much like he ducked Alexander Povetkin. He has a history of this. He's got no interest in fighting Anthony Joshua at all. So don't buy into it. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next one.